As you might already know, in event modeling, we have different patterns that we can use, and we can just now start to build some of these patterns so we get to know how the tooling actually works. So let's start from scratch. We place a new event here and we say, this is again our customer registered event. So we will define the new fields here. We say we have the customer ID, which is of type UUID. We have the email, same as before, and we have the name attribute, which is again a string. We save this. And now what we want to do is we want to build something like a state change slice, which is basically a write operation into the system. For this, we need, besides the event that basically stores the information in the system, our command here. The command always results in an event if executed successfully. So we have, for example, here the action register customer. This could be the result of an API call. This could be the result of a notification from another system. This could be an automation running in the background. Basically just an action that gets executed within our system. Now what we do is we start with this and we connect the elements here. So this means the command results in the customer registered event. What we also do is typically we need to maintain the information. Where is this information in the event actually coming from? Customer ID, email, name. Typically the command needs to provide all the information that we need to store this event. So what we do here is we use the customer ID, we use the email, and of course we use the name. So we have the same attributes in both elements. You will see in a second how we can speed up this significantly, but for now this is how we would do it. And we have the same thing here. We could provide a screen here by just clicking this element. Screen is typically placed on top of all of that, and we would connect the screen to this command. So this means this screen here results in provides the possibility for the user to trigger this command here, and the execution of the command results in this event to be stored. If we want to display information from one or several events in our system, we would use a query element, which is basically a read model. We just connect the event to the read model, and we would say this is basically our registered customers. Just save them. And we could say we have another screen here that displays the list of customers. Again, we will provide the information here. So for example, depending on what we want to display in the screen, we would say the only thing we are interested in here is the name, is the email, and maybe the customer ID. That looks pretty decent. This is already, we have the possibility to store something in our system, and we have the possibility to display it again on the next screen. And this is basically how you walk through all the elements, how you build and model your system from left to right. We will learn about more of these elements later. So now we have the possibility to place processes, screens. We already have two screens: commands, events, queries, lanes, slices, and aggregates. So these are the elements you will need most of the time. So how does slices work? A slice here basically is just something you wrap around either a command or a read model. Slices are always either commands or read models because these are the things you need to implement. So here we can say we place a slice around the command and we place a slice around the read model. Just make sure it's really in there. You can just move it around. So we can give the slice a name. This is what the slice view is for. On the slice view, you can just name your slices. So here, for example, our slice would be named register customer. You can also just save it here. If you don't do anything and you save it, it will take the name from the read model and name the slice. So this is basically just a quick shortcut. You can also assign slices different status. So a slice can be in status created, which is the default status. You can say the slice is in status done. This is what you use when you track the progress of a project using the event model. So if you look at my typical event models, you will see that slices that have been implemented are always marked as green. So if you look at the event model, you always know how far we are in the project and how much progress we've made. So let's revert this again. And this is basically how we would model our first two slices, what we also typically do is we place events in a swim lane. So we can just say we create a new lane here. This is our lane. Move the lane over here, place the event in the lane, and we can name the lane and say this is, for example, our customer registration. And what we also can do is we can place an aggregate in our lane here and say this is the customer registration, which automatically means that the customer registered event is assigned to the customer registration. It belongs to the customer registration. This is how easy you build these patterns in event modeling and how you structure your model. In the next few sessions, we will walk through more patterns and I will show you how to speed up the modeling process significantly. See you there.